Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone, and a very good afternoon to you all. This is Minur Shamima Haq from Chittagong, and today I'll be hosting the grand finale of the Turn the Code segment of the mega event Pro Linguist Battle of the Linguistic Wizards. So let me start with a proverb. A proverb goes like this: that if you continuously compete with people, you become bitter. But if you keep on competing with yourself, you become better. Now, what do we understand by this? We've all been busy competing, like since the beginning of this tournament, you've seen contestants compete between themselves, within themselves, and they've been competing with one another. You've seen the other segments such as Spell the Word, Grammar Nazi. But what makes this segment, that is Turn the Code, a little different from the others? That is, today you will be seeing, of course, they will be competing with each other, but also they will be competing with themselves. And that means they will speak against themselves. The participants, they will speak in favor of a topic and also against a topic. So basically, it's their word against theirs. And we've chosen the best four contestants from all over Bangladesh. There are contestants from Chittagong, Dhaka, and also from the other districts. So it's really going to be an exciting competition today. I hope you will all enjoy. And well, let's get a short overview of English Olympiad. It started its journey in 2017 with the motto of inspiring leadership. And at present, we're in the third season of English Olympiad. But since due to this pandemic, we're not being able to arrange or organize the conventional season of English Olympiad. So English Olympiad has brought up this online version of English Olympiad, which is the country's biggest online tournament. So without any further delay, let's start today's program, that is the Turn the Code event. Hope you all will enjoy. Let's welcome our contestants one by one who will be fighting for the champion's crown. So first up, I would like to welcome Fiona Farooq from Dhaka.
Hello everyone, my name is Fiona Farooq. I'm from Vikarnista Noon College and I'm an HSC candidate.
Thank you so much, Apu. We hope to have a nice competition with you. So let's move on to our second contestant, that is Sadman Harun Alvi.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sadman Harun Alvi. I'm from Dhaka. I read in class 9 and I go to Ideal School and College.
Okay, thank you so much, Sadman. Hope to have you back within a short while. Now we'll move on to our third contestant, that is Orinjoy Borua.
Hello everyone, I am Orinjoy Borua, a student of Chattogram Cantonment Public College, which is one of the most elite institutions in the whole Chattogram division, and I'm reading in class 9.
Thank you, Orinjoy Borua. Best of luck for the contest ahead. So our fourth and final contestant for today is Soha Farhin Pine.
Hello, my name is Soha Farhin Pine and I live in Dhaka, and I'm a student of academia and I read in class 10.
That's great. All the best, Soha Farhin Pine. So let's introduce our honorable adjudicator for today who will be judging this show. That is Zubair Wasid Bhaiya. Bhaiya, welcome to the show. Please say something for our viewers and contestants.
Hello, Mehrur. I'm Zubair Wasid, so I'll be the adjudicator of your final round of Turn the Code. If I want to introduce myself, I should mention that I was in St. Gregory's High School, the Notre Dame College, and currently I'm in Bangladesh University of Professionals. Started speaking events in my school days. I debated, I had business competitions, and currently I'm involved in a startup. And pretty excited to hear from all the finalists. So I hope all of them will give their level of support, win this competition, and enjoy the whole event. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, Bhaiya. We hope to have a good show with you all. So without further delay, let's start our contest today. We have all the contestants online. Best of luck, everyone. We hope to have a good show and you all will give your best, inshallah. So let's begin our first round for today. As we all know, there is going to be 3 rounds. The first one is sort of like a mini debate. And you will be divided into 2 teams. You will have to speak against and also in favor of a motion that's given, okay? Let's start. Okay, so its name is Tag Team Rant, okay? And each of the speakers will get 2 minutes, 30 seconds for delivering your speech. And as soon as that time's finished, I will stop you. That's the time limit. Okay, so let's start our first round. So we will start with okay. Let's see the motion. So our first speaker for today is Fiona Farouk from Vigarnissa. All the best, Fiona. And your topic is it's the same topic for everyone. So you will speak on executive of language skills creates obstacles from global opportunities. And the time for you is 2 minutes 30 seconds. That is 150 seconds.
Thank you for
And you're-
giving me the floor, honorable
Yeah, yeah.
The topic for my today is executive of language skills creates obstacles for global opportunities, and I'm going to talk in favor of my topic. Yes, executive of language skills creates obstacles from global opportunities. The reason is the world is now a global village. We are all connected to each other globally. People in one country can communicate to the people of other country easily as we are all connected globally. And in order to ensure the opportunities of this global village, we need to have those tools for which we can avail these opportunities for us. And the main tool for this is language skills. That is the ability to listen, write, speak, and read particular languages. And it is very much important in nowadays that you are multilingual for the purposes of education, for pursuing your career, for business, for ensuring foreign trips, for everything. You need to have that quality in you. If you want to pursue education in a very developed country from a very underdeveloped country, and if you do not know their language, you will never be able to communicate with them. You will never be able to apply for scholarships, for grants, and you will only remain that lowly educated person, and you won't be able to pursue your dreams or your aspirations of high education. Again, talking about career, if you want to shift to a developed country to a more prosperous country and pursue your career there, but you do not know their language or you do not have that skill, you can never communicate to a taxi driver, let alone to the CEO of a company. If you want to go to Germany, you need to learn German language. If you want to go to China, you need to learn Mandarin language. These are the basics. Even in business sectors, we will see that the manufacturers or the buyers tend to deal with those manufacturers who can communicate with them in their particular language. They show a negligence towards those manufacturers who know only their native language or who know only to communicate in their native language. Even if we go to visit a country for tourism, we want to explore everything. But if we do not know how to communicate with them properly, we will never be able to explore those opportunities. Even in pilgrimage places, if we do not know how to communicate with them, or if we do not have the language skills, we will never be able to pursue what we really wanted to go for. So in all, I need to say, in order to globally get connected, in order to get success in life, in order to be a global person, you need to have language skills. And language skill isn't, if you lack in it, it's a global.
Okay, Fiona, your time's up. Thanks for your amazing speech. All the best for your next round. So we will move on to our second speaker, who will be speaking against today's motion. And it is Sadman Harun Alvi. Welcome, Sadman. All the best.
I'm supposed to speak for the motion, not against.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. For the motion. So you will be speaking for the motion. And you will have 2.5 minutes. Let's begin your speech.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum and thank you. As Apu said, language barrier can create a lots of problem, and to become and to have a good job, we need to learn language. Like suppose we in our country we have a job which makes us earn 40,000 per month, but we got a job in Germany and which would eventually pay us 2 lakh taka. But if we don't know Germany, we cannot actually pursue that job. And secondly, due to the coronavirus pandemic situations, working from home, this idea has been widely circulated. And even few days back, the Google CEO had said that he now encourages his worker to work from home and they do not need any sort of conventional office. We know Google is one of the largest technological brands in the world, and even they don't need any conventional office. They can work from home. And now if we learn language, that means we can sit in Bangladesh, talk in English, and we can get a job in Google. And because we do not need to go anywhere abroad, we just need to learn the language. So it's important. And now, like Apu said, if we want to pursue higher education, we need to have proper language skills. Like we want to study in Germany, it can provide higher technical knowledge, and we can study technology advanced there. But if we don't know German, we cannot actually communicate with anyone. Like even if we know the basics and we can communicate with like taxi drivers, teacher, like some basic people, we cannot even make friends there, which will make us eventually feel as a leftover. So for those types of things, language, it's really important to learn the language. And now I would like to mention a quote, which is said by Ludwig Wittgenstein: the limit of my language means the limit of my world. That means if we don't learn proper languages, there can be a serious problem, like as I mentioned, job problem, educational problem. And thirdly, and if we work, like if we are going to abroad, it's not literally possible to survive there, because if we are candidate for if we have proper skills for something but we cannot express our skills, it will be of no use. Like I can be a better engineer, but I cannot speak in English, it will not reap us any benefit. So for this reason, to survive in the modern world, we need to have the proper uses of knowledge, and without the proper language knowledge, we cannot be successful.
Okay, thank you, Sadman. That was an amazing speech from both the candidates from the team, the team which will speak in favor. So now we will move on the team who will be speaking against the motion of today. And let's welcome the first speaker from that team, that is Soha Farheen Fine. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Apu, could you please start your speech?
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, executive basically means lack of something. So if you have a lack of language skills, doesn't necessarily mean that you will not be given opportunities globally. For me, what is more important and crucial is that you have the necessary skill set. Learning a global language like English alone will not benefit you or guarantee you a successful career. What is more important ultimately is that you have the desirable skill set. And having the desirable skill set means that you have the necessary workability, you meet the job requirements. That is ultimately more important. As my opposition has said that to work in international companies, you need to learn English or German or some other language. But I respectfully disagree, since if you have the necessary skills and if you are talented enough, they will overlook your language abilities and focus on what skill you have to offer for them. That, in my opinion, is tons more important than learning a language. And of course, there are many translators available these days. Even there is Google Translate, and there are books written in many different languages. So you don't necessarily need to learn a global language like English to learn and improve your skills. Here, skills is more important and pivotal than language learning skills. To conclude, I must say that the opposition has been deluded in that sense that they believe that English abilities are the only thing that buyers or businesses look for. There are many other factors, and only accounting for language abilities will not be a satisfactory way of looking at it. The general perspective would be that the more skilled you are, the more ability that you have, and the more education that you have to offer. Globally, they will look for that, and globally, you'll be rewarded for that. Thank you. That is the end of my.
Okay, so that marks the end of this first speaker from the opposition team. So let's move on to the second speaker, Orin Joy Borua. Please begin your speech. You will get 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay, starting my speech. First of all, what did the opposition team say to us? They said some statements like, knowing your own native language is like being a low-educated person. Why? First of all, you know Bangla, but you don't know English, but you're skillful. That means, are you a low-educated person? I don't think that has any sense. First of all, what we think that necessary skills are more needed than the language skills. Why? Suppose you know English a lot, you can speak English fluently, but you can't do your work properly. What happens basically, You can't do your work properly, but you know English. So we here want to propose that English skills or knowing any other international skills is not more important than being skillful. Then let me give you an example. Japan. Japan was destroyed in the World War II. In the World War II. So they still don't learn any sort of international language. Rather, they give more importance to their own native language, which is Japanese. See now, where's Japan? It's one of the most developed countries of the world. It's innovating new things. It's innovating cars. Toyota, which is a Japan-based company, has now outlets all over the world. It's expanding its business. So I think if you have knowledge, if you have skill in that certain thing or in that certain work you do, that's more needed. Because in some factors, you actually don't need the basic language skills. Why? See, knowing languages like English, Spanish, when you are working in sectors like programming, if you know programming language, but you can't speak English very well, or you can't communicate with people well in English, I think that's more crucial for you. You need to be expert in a job first of all, then you may give importance to language. At last, I don't think what the opposition team said to us, like knowing your own native language makes you a low educated person. I don't think it actually counts, because I think skill first of all counts, then language comes. Be skillful. Don't think that knowing English makes you a smart guy or an educated guy. Be skillful in a job, show what you can do, then you are a great guy, then you can get global opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
It was a very good speech, Orange. I really loved it. Do we have the host with us?
Hello, am I audible? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I was having some technical difficulties. So we're done with the first round. Is that? Are we done with the first round? Yes. So let's move on to our second round. Okay. So this is gonna be the traditional turn the quote round. Each of you will have a total of 4 minutes, and you will speak in favor of the motion and also against the motion. And this round, the name of this round is solo head to head. And it's gonna be a tough competition since you're gonna have to speak against yourself. And each of you will have to. There will be 4 chits. Each of you will have to choose one, which will determine which topic do you have to speak on. So there are 4 chits. Let's start with Fiona first. Please choose the one which you want to. Just say a number. We will mark that for your name.
The second.
Second one. Okay. So second will be marked with F. Let's move on to Salman Harun Alvi. Please choose a chip.
The first one.
The first one, okay, number 1 will be marked with S. Okay, A, Alvi. So we will move on to Soha Farhin Fine.
I would like to choose number 3.
Okay, number 3. And so which leaves number 4 for Orinjoy Burwa. So let's reveal the topics for each of you. Okay, so Alvi has chosen gender pay gap is a myth. Fiona has chosen universal healthcare destroys the economy of a country. Whereas Soha has chosen there is no need for government to ensure police accountability. And number 4, which was chosen by Orange Joy, is conventionally armed long-range missiles should be banned by the United Nations. Yeah, the topics are exciting. Hoping to have a great round. So let's begin with Fiona. Okay, so we will begin with Alvi first, since he had chosen number 1. So we will use the sequence of the topics which was given. So we have Salman Harun Alvi here. Okay. All the best, Alvi. You will have 4 minutes in total, 2 minutes to speak in favor and 2 minutes against. I hope you know the rules. Okay, so let's start. Please start your speech.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Salman Harun Alvi. I hope you all are doing well. Today, the topic for my turn course speech is gender pay gap is a myth. So at first, I would like to start by defining gender pay gap. So gender pay gap basically means there is a gap in the income or the earning between males and females. So now I would like to at first mention some points referring why gender pay gap is a myth. So in our country, the head of the political leaders is Sheikh Hasina. We all know that Sheikh Hasina herself is a woman. So due to that fact, and even the leader of the opposition party is also a woman. So which makes our country one of those rarest countries where gender pay gap is possibly a myth, because in many workplaces like in garment industries or even in or even government jobs, doctor, engineers, we can see both women's and men's at the same times. Like the number of them are equal. Like we can see equal numbers of men and equal numbers of women, and their payment is also same. And in 8th of March 2020, United Nations published an article, and which was published in Dhaka Tribune, which is an online newspaper page, where they showed that Bangladesh has the least number of payment gap in the world, which is 2.21 and 2.21%, and the average payment gap between males and women in the world is 21.8. So by that graph, we can see that the payment gap in Bangladesh is really less. So it's safe to say that in some extent payment gap is occurred, but mostly gender pay gap is a myth. Now I want to change my sides and mention some points referring why gender pay gap is not a myth. So at first I will start with sports. So we know in worldwide we know about football. So in 2017 we know a footballer named Neymar. He moved from Barcelona to PSG of estimated 222 million euro. Now 222 million euro converts into 1762 crore taka. So which is a huge number, and he is not even the best player in the world. And now moving on to the best female player in the world according to the Ballon d'Or rating, which is Megan Rapinoe. Megan Rapinoe was moved from Atalanta United to DC United, and her price for the transfer was just 3 million. Now I'm not saying 3 million euro is less at all, but 3 million euros when is compared to 222 million, it's really a large number. So in sports, and also in 2017, the captain of Bangladesh female cricket team told that they do not get proper welcome when they go somewhere else where, and even when they participate in something, like suppose they have a tour from Dhaka to Chattogram and they do not get paid for participating in that match. They get payment of like 50,000 and 40,000, where Bangladeshi cricketers who are male cricketers get almost like 4 lakh to 5 lakh. So in sports, gender gaps can be seen. And even in home labors, like daily labors, like people who are engaged in daily labor, like making a building or doing any stuff or works, where women are usually considered that they cannot work properly, or their work, they cannot take more workload. And due to that fact, sometimes they cannot get enough income. Like they almost, sometimes it's possible that they sometimes get even 1/10% of the whole income. So by this circumstance, we can say pay gap is an issue.
Okay, that
So
marks the end of your
my
speech.
speech
Your
here.
time's up. Thanks a lot to Salman Harun Alvi for his outstanding speech. So all the best for your next round, and we will be moving on to our second contestant, that is Fiona. Can we get her? Okay, so she will be speaking on the second topic. Welcome back, Fiona Farooq.
Thank
Best of
you.
luck. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
So we will have your timer here within a short time. Okay, so your topic was universal healthcare destroys the economy of a country. So please start your speech. You've got 4 minutes exactly.
Assalamu alaikum, honorable adjudicator. I'm going to provide a speech on universal healthcare destroys the economy of a country. For my first 2 minutes, I'm going to speak in favor of my topic, that is, yes, universal healthcare destroys the economy of a country. When the government or a country has to take the scope to ensure healthcare for all the citizens of a country, or for all the people of the country, the government needs to allocate a big budget for only the healthcare service, for only the healthcare sector. As a result, the other sectors lack that amount of budget, and they really cannot succeed the other sectors, like the labor sectors or the education sectors. They do not get that huge budget as the government has to allocate that huge budget for the healthcare sector. Also, in order to allocate that huge budget, the government has to take debts or take loans from the World Bank or from other countries. When the government needs to pay that, they have to fall under like huge debts, which results in distortion of the economy. The government cannot provide other scopes of other fundamental rights like food, education, or entertainment, other such fundamental rights, for just providing healthcare, and also ensuring healthcare. Moreover, more and more healthcare workers need to be employed, as they have to be needed with more money. They have to be provided with more money. As a result, the people, though the health workers are being benefited, but the government has to go through a massacre in the point of allocation of the budget, and the economy is hardly distorted if this kind of thing happens. Is my 2 minutes over?
No, it's still going on. You can continue. You've got 10 more seconds.
10 more seconds. And moreover, the government needs to pay for services which the people are not availing. They have to pay for those services which are people not using. So for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to speak against my favor. That is, no, universal healthcare does not destroy the economy of a country. One of the basic rights of people is to ensure health care. If we talk about the fundamental rights, the people have the right. The country has to ensure a good healthcare system for the people. Even healthcare, even if such kind of universal healthcare is introduced in a country, the people would have to pay taxes. And the main point of ensuring a strong economy for a country is the tax of the people. If the people are paying taxes for those medical services, then the government can develop their economy using those taxes. Again, there are some people who are not using those healthcare services, but they are paying for their healthcare services. As a result, government can use those spare money, and and they can put it in other sectors and cause the development of other sectors. Also, the government is hiring new doctors, nurses, and other healthcare workers. Those healthcare workers will donate hugely to the development of the economy. The unemployment problem will be solved to a very certain limit, and the nation will 100% walk towards prosperity. Also, this universal healthcare ensures healthier workforce, health of the workforce. As a result, if a person can take this system of healthcare, and if he can regain his health quickly, he can engage in his jobs, and he can do his jobs perfectly, and as a result he will contribute to the economy. No matter if he's a banker, if he gets ill, and if he's able to take opportunity of this system, he will get recovery soon, and he will be able to do his job, and thus he will contribute to his economy. Moreover, this system, it has been proved in many countries that this system helps to increase the average life expectancy. In 1 year, the average life expectancy has been increased
Fiona,
to 4%.
your time's up.
So thank you.
Thanks a lot for the amazing speech. Congratulations, that completes your second round. All the best for your third round. So we will be moving on to our third contestant. Okay, so for our third contestant, we have Soha. Is she here? Yes, Soha Farhin Khan, welcome back. Best of luck for your speech. Yeah. So
I don't
we will.
see a timer on the screen.
Yes, there will be the timer on the screen. It's better still if you keep the timer for yourself. Yes, you can see a bomb there. That's the timer. So as soon as your time's up, the bomb will blast. Okay? And if you want, you can keep your own timer. So without any further delay, let's start your speech. Your topic was, there is no need for the government to ensure police accountability. Okay? All the best for your speech. Please start.
Thanks for giving me the floor to speak, Honorable Agitator. Today, I'll be discussing the opposing viewpoints of the notion that the government should ensure police accountability. Let me start by speaking against the topic. Police should be held accountable for their actions, as I believe, because the police may show brutal behavior to citizens, and they may engage in unethical activities, as we have seen recently in USA, where police have shown excessive force to ordinary civilians who are actually innocent, and many innocent lives have been lost in this way. Moreover, the police officers are often armed with lethal weapons. They may get the chance to use this lethal weapon unlawfully against the law, and this is why they can put the general public's lives at risk. The general public will be vulnerable to the police. The police may frisk or forfeit your assets at their will or whenever they want. They may not be right about wanting to punish someone. They may punish someone unnecessarily. And what is more really disturbing is that the police officer's words are taken for granted, and the other party may be innocent, but they will be convicted if the police testifies against them. And also, a police officer is really hard to fire. So even if a police officer engages in unlawful activity, it is not really possible to fire them as legally due to legal restrictions. That may open the ground for them to do as they please. So that these were the reasons why I think that the government should ensure police accountability. So I spoke against the topic. Now let me speak in favor of the topic, that there is no need for the government to ensure police accountability. There are reasons for this side too, because I think that the police should have the right to exercise self-autonomy. They should also be given the right to exercise some degree of authority. If the police have no authority at all, if they cannot, if they need a warrant for every minor thing, that will be a problem too, because the public will not fear the police. Criminals will not fear the police anymore, and they will get more brazen and more reckless. The criminals need to fear the police. The police need to have impose a degree of fear in the public for them to respect them and also fear them and listen to them. If that were so, that the police did not have any free will at all, the public would generally ignore them or neglect them, and the police would not have any say. So the police should not be controlled too much. That may be bad for them. Also, it may be seen that the police are not given the chance to arrest whomever they want. If they need a permission for even the smallest things, that may not be the best thing for them. So that is why I feel that there should be a balance of both sides. The government should ensure some police accountability, but total, absolute, utter police accountability will not be a good idea overall. So that was my speech. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. That was a very nice speech indeed. I think our educator has lost his connection. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for your time. All the best for your next round. Thanks for the amazing speech. So we will be moving on to our fourth contestant. Okay, so okay, welcome. We have a fourth contestant online. That is Orinjoy Burua. Welcome back, Orinjoy. You've rocked the first round, so all the best for your second round. We will have your topic on the screen shortly, and then you will begin your speech.
Shouldn't we wait for the adjudicator?
Okay, let's see what. Yes, adjudicator is back again. Maybe he had some technical issues, no problem. So we will start your speech. You will get 4 minutes, as you know. 2 minutes to speak in favor and 2 minutes against the topic. I'll give you a signal after 2 minutes. So let's see what your topic was. So your topic was conventionally armed long-range missiles should be banned by the United Nations. Okay, so all the best, Orinjoy Burua. Please begin your speech. Your time starts now.
Well, first of all, when I'm saying that conventionally armed long-range missiles should be banned by the UN, why? Well, to say about that, first of all, what is the main aim of United Nations? It is to establish world peace. Now, let us bring an example of the present world, India and China. Like we are seeing that what is the situation between India and China. Why India is not trying to make peace with China, or why China is not even trying to make peace with India? Because they have these conventionally armed long-range missiles by which they can attack their enemies and do whatever they want. As a result, having conventionally armed long-range missiles from both of the sides, you can't actually end that situation in a peaceful way. It actually enables both of the countries to go at war each other. Then second of all, the countries which have conventionally armed long-range missiles, they try to dominate those countries which are economically weak, which don't have the missiles, or they are not that much strong in the defense sector. They try to dominate them basically. They give threats. We saw what North Korea does to the whole world. They give threats to the Japan or the South Korea. They give threats of launching nuclear missiles or long-range missiles. So you can say that if the UN bans it, there will be no war sort of. There will be a peaceful negotiation between the two countries, because they know they can't attack each other by missiles or sitting from their own country. Basically, what will happen when a missile gets launched and gets burst, it lands on such a place where even common people exist. So like we saw what happened in Japan in 1945 in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we can say that we don't want the death of innocent people by the wars, by the launching of conventionally armed long-range missiles. After that, when I'm saying that, no, I think UN shouldn't ban it. Why? Well, what we should notice first of all, when a country buys or invents armed long-range missiles, what happens? He can show his economic development. He can show how much strong he is in the defense sector. He can show that he can defend anyone who comes to try and invade his region. After that, you think one thing, if a scientist of a certain country invents long-range missiles of a different type, that country even gets an opportunity to show his domain of knowledge. Well, if UN basically passes this motion, conventionally armed long-range missiles are banned, what will happen? See, there are countries in the UN who are the members of the UN, they have veto power. So if you say USA, China, or the Russia, all of them have conventionally like long-range missiles. If you ban them, you have to think that it may also lead to the downfall of UN. Why? Because most of the countries will think that, like the countries having veto power, they will pressurize UN that they should remove this ban. And if UN doesn't remove this ban, it may also lead to the breaking of the structure of the whole UN society. So at last, what lies in the middle? I think if you think about development here, of the development in the defense sector or the economic sector or knowledge sectors of a country, then I think long-range missiles are important. But when I'm thinking that no, UN wants to restore peace, then I think they should be banned. So at the end, I think it is such a motion that has both of the sides. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, your time. Thanks a lot to Anjay Bora for this speech, beautiful speech. You also kept a good notice of the time. So that marks the end of our second round. And all of the contestants performed really well. They performed spectacularly. I'm so excited for the third round. And I can understand our educator is going to have a hard time to filter out the champions, both of the champions. Okay, so we'll be moving on to our third round. And all of the contestants, this is also an individual round. It's not a team-based round. They will have to perform individually. So we have our contestants on screen. And in this round, the first, okay, is Fiona Farooq here? Okay, we're having some technical issues, no problem. Okay, we have Fiona Farooq on the screen. So we can move on to our third round. Can everybody hear me clearly? Yes. Audible? Okay. So this is our third and final round for today's grand finale. As you can see, the name of this round is What If? And this round is totally based on your creativity and imagination. Also your thinking powers. So we will start with Orinjoy Borua first. He will be the first one to go through this third round. And all the best to all the other contestants as well. This is going to be a tough and exciting round. The viewers are also very excited. So let's move on. Our first speaker for the third round is Orinjoy Borua. Tanzim bin Awaz says, here comes the interesting round. Indeed, it is going to be the most interesting round because the first two rounds were also exciting and all of you performed so well. Okay, so we will be having the question for Orinjoy Borua on the screen shortly. Is everybody, are you happy with all the performances? Okay, so we're done. Orinjoy Borua, all the best. Okay, so this is your question. Let me read it out for you. Suppose you have discovered a medicine for coronavirus. This is a unique medicine which is made from domestic animals. So to produce the medicine, you need to kill a lot of domestic animals. Tell us why you should produce the medicine. And also tell us why such medicine should be banned. So again, you will have 4 minutes for the school speech, 2 minutes to speak in favor, and 2 minutes against the motion. So are you ready? Should we start the timer?
Yes, you can.
Okay, all the best, Orinjoy. So your
Well,
time
when I'm
starts
saying
now.
that, I have discovered a medicine. It's a unique one. I can make it through. I need to produce it by killing a lot of domestic animals. First of all, why should I produce this medicine? Well, as a human being, all of us are human beings. As a human being, I have a principal duty to protect the other human beings. Now, in this COVID pandemic, we are seeing how the other human beings are suffering. We are seeing how people are dying. We are seeing how people are losing their relatives. As I'm a human being, caring about the other people, I think I should invent this uh, vaccine. But on the other side, why I should also do it? Because to save the world from an economical crisis. Why should I? How can I save my world from an economic crisis? See, we see in the present at the present situation where factories are closed, where people are not going to their jobs, or many schools are closing down, colleges or education institutions are closing down. Many people are living on the streets because they don't have any work. Some of them are being even kicked out. So if we think about the future, if the situation goes like this, I don't think that everything will become stable until the vaccine comes. So I think in taking consideration that, I think I should produce the medicine. Then why in the principal side I'm not taking care of the like killing domestic animals, because this is my principal duty, and principle and moral, these two worlds are fully different. So as I'm fulfilling a principal duty, I don't think, if I am a principal guy, if I know my duties, I don't think that I'm doing any wrong sort of thing. But what I'm gonna say again, like if the situation goes like this, I don't think like even the third world countries, I think the third world countries will even go down at a fourth stage. But at the second world one, why should it be banned? Well, now let's come to the moral perspective. When I'm killing animals, all of the religions of the world has said that killing animals is a great sin. Why should I kill animals? Because they are also living beings. They are also living beings. But rather than that, it's never morally justified. If I'm a person who knows religion and maintains his religion properly, he knows that if I kill animals just for my own benefit, I'm never doing a morally justified thing. Then what I may say, it may destroy the moral perspective of people, or it may bring sort of belief in people that to do anything, if you even kill animals, it's principally right. But no, my there are two sides of seeing everything, principally and morally. So if I'm seeing it morally, it's never justified. So like when I'm inventing this medicine, it may also come with the same adverse effects, because see, when you're making from domestic animals, you still don't know will it have adverse effects on human beings. So we didn't actually certify it properly, and it may have side effects on people. So at the last of my statement, what I want to say, so regarding this matter, there are two sides. One, you are seeing it from the principle side, and second one, you're seeing it from a moral side. If I am a principally based person who loves to follow the laws, or who is very faithful to human beings, then I may make this medicine. But if I'm a morally strong person who has a great moral perspective, I will and I should ban this medicine. So there are two sides of the whole thing, which is principle and moral. Thank you, everyone.
And your time's up. Thanks again, Anja Bhuya, for the time measured speech. Thanks a lot. It was an amazing speech. So we'll be moving on to our second contestant. Okay, so our second contestant for the third round is Soha. Okay, maybe we're having some technical issues. Let's read out some comments that people said for Orinja Borua. So F.A. Rahim says he gives really great speech. Indeed, your speech was very measured, and also it was amazing. Okay, Tanzim Bintanawaz says that was a good one. Tanzimul Alam says, remember, never lose hope. You already won our hearts. Yeah, you won people's hearts within such a short time. Every contestant, indeed. People just love you so much. They're so excited. Okay. Tanzimul Alam also says, I'm really grateful to English Olympiad for this event. This event is really an exciting one. Okay, so can we have our second contestant? Okay, so we'll have our Pines here. Welcome back. Okay, are you ready for your third round?
Yes, I hope so.
Okay, hope so. No, you should be confident. All the best. So the motion for you is, let me read it out for you. Imagine a scientist discovered a machine which can let people know the day they will die and how they will die. The people are really curious to use this machine. This house believes this machine should be banned. So again, you will get 4 minutes, 2 minutes to speak in favor and 2 minutes against the motion. Are you ready? Okay, your time starts now.
Perhaps we have rediscovered such a unique machine, but the House wants to ban it and abolish it, and I believe it's justly that they want to abolish it, because such a machine can only be evil, because perhaps it will have a display screen where the footage of you dying will be shown on the screen, and this can be very traumatic for some. People may develop phobias. They may also feel very that their fate is set in stone and that they can do nothing about it. They can report feeling a sense of helplessness and vulnerability. People do not want to see how their mortality is going to be. I think life is when you live to survive, and if all your life, if you worry about having to die, and maybe it will also give you the exact date and precise time. Maybe the machine has a text message which will describe the way you will die. Maybe you will die a gruesome death, and that can also be very traumatic. People will develop phobias. Maybe you die by strangulation or hanging by a rope. So all your life, you're likely to avoid ropes, or maybe you die drowning in a pool. All your life, you'll likely to avoid water or pools in general. Is that a good thing? I don't think people want to live whole lives living in fear. People should be living freely, and life can be unpredictable, yes, but they shouldn't be worried about dying. People should be worried about living. So that's why I think that this machine should be banned or abolished. But there are also things in favor of it, because this machine can help people know in advance how they're going to die. This is not such a bad thing, is it? Because it will give you an idea of how you're going to die, and maybe you can take precautions against it. You can also be prepared to lose a loved one. Maybe your relative is suffering from cancer or some kind of terminal illness. So you can use this machine to discover the exact time and date and the manner of dying. So you can be prepared about it. You can be prepared when to handle such a death, when this person of yours is going to die. So in this way, doctors will be much more assured about how a patient is going to die. So it has its uses, but it has its disadvantages as well. But I feel that the House is just in thinking that it should be abolished, because it can only bring harm to people, as people's mentality and psychology will be damaged severely after watching how they have died or reflecting on their mortality. Mortal thoughts is not good for anyone. Everyone is here to die, and that is a fact. Mortality is a fact of life. We're all going to die someday. Death is inevitable. Death should not be predictable. Death is unpredictable and should be kept that way. So I think the House is right in believing that this machine should be abolished. Thank you. That was my speech.
Okay, thanks a lot to Soha Farhin Khan. That was indeed an amazing speech. So which means we've completed the third round for 2 of our contestants. Let's move on to our third contestant, that is Fiona Farouk. Welcome back, Fiona. You performed really well in the previous 2 rounds, so let's hope you rock this round as well. So let's see your motion. Okay. So imagine yourself as a lawmaker of a country. You know there are people who have a criminal chromosome. The people with such chromosomes have a natural tendency to do crime. You know people with mental disorders, people who are underage, etc. Special cases, criminals get less punishment. Tell us why they should get less punishment, and also tell us why they should not be compromised. So you got 4 minutes in total, 2 minutes to speak in favor and 2 minutes against the motion. Your time starts now.
Hello, everyone, again. Well, if I'm the lawmaker of a country, I believe that if a child or special cases are committing crimes, they should be given with less punishment. If I am talking about the children, then the children, they have just started their life. They have the world of their own imagination, their own thinkings, their own views. They have a different kind of world. If I am giving them punishment for a mistake they have done, if I'm giving them serious punishment or strict punishment, that will just distort that world of imagination. Those punishments will haunt them in their future for the rest of their lives, and they won't be able to make themselves or to build themselves as a strong personality in the future. They will have no self-confidence. They will have no self-respect for each other. As a children or those who are mentally challenged or those of the people of the special cases, they do not have that mature thinking. They are bound to perform mistakes. They are bound to perform some things when they are unguided or when they are not very sure what will be the repercussions. So I think it will be very, very unjust towards them if I am not giving them strict punishment for just a simple mistake. Even if they commit great punishments, I like to in my country, or when I'm making the laws, I'd like to introduce correction centers for them where they will be taught that no, this is the right and this is the wrong thing. This is the difference between a right and wrong thing. This is the way, this is the path of truth on which you should trade, and you shouldn't trade on the path of mistake. As a result, the children or those special people, they will be able to understand that yes, okay, I should do this and I shouldn't do this. That was my mistake, and I should try to correct myself in the future, and they will take steps to develop themselves to in a way such that they can be a good human being, and as a result they will return resources for us. Otherwise, if I'm giving them strong punishments, it will just destroy them internally, and they will never be the resource which we want in our future. But again, if I'm the lawmaker of a country, I think that children or the mental disordered people or special cases should not be compromised. This is the reason if a person performs a mistake or does a crime, he or she has the tendency, if he or she is not properly punished or properly repercussions are not taken, they have the tendency of repeating those crimes. They take people for granted. If a child is doing something really bad, if a child is hitting someone, if a child is being violent, and if their parents say, just do it, or if they just do it, don't say anything, they just don't obstruct themselves, then the child take their parents for granted. They take the advantage of their parents' weakness. In the same way, if I am the lawmaker of a country and I'm not making laws in which the children are properly convicted for their crimes, I won't say those are mistakes, because those are the stepping stones. The mistakes are the stepping stones of the crimes if they are not properly convicted. Moreover, if those children, they are not properly punished, or if proper steps are not taken, they will once develop as those juvenile crime doers. They will do crimes in the future. They will more get involved in doing crimes, and every time they will thinking, okay, I will get exempted because I am mentally challenged, or I will say that I do not have the knowledge. They will sometimes in those things, there are people who basically have knowledge of these things. They go in a disguise and they pretend that, okay, I will be exempted from the law. But in my country, I will not exempt such people, because those children or those mentally disordered people, they will develop as a human being, which I do not want in my country. They will be the ultimate criminals, and there is no place for ultimate criminals in a peaceful country. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fiona, for the awesome speech. That marks the end of your third round, which means you're also done with your contest. Now we have our fourth contestant left, that is Sadman. Okay, we will welcome back Sadman in a short while. Okay, Sadman Harunalpi, welcome back. So this is the final speech. Yes, walaikum assalam. So all the best for your third round. Okay, this is not your question. We will see your question soon. Okay, it's here. So suppose there are three people lying down on a rail line. A train is coming towards them. There is a stick beside the line, and if you pull it, the train will change its direction. But if you do that, one man who is sleeping in that direction will get crushed. Tell us why you should pull the stick to save three people, and also give the reason why you should let them get crushed. If saving them will take a sleeping man's life. So again, you will have 4 minutes in total, 2 minutes in favor and 2 minutes against the motion. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Okay, so your time starts now.
So good afternoon, everyone. Now I have two choices. Like, one choice is that I could pull the stick to save three people, and another choice is that I will not pull the sticks, but it will cost three people's life, but it will make sure that the sleeping person is survived. Now I'd like to mention some points referring why should I pull the sticks to save three people. Now let's talk about everyone's conscience. Like, everyone will choose to save three people instead of one people. Suppose an accident occurs, and if one person is died, then one person's family is hugely in trouble. They also feel the suffering. The person who is died, but the persons who that person leaves behind is the one who suffers most punishments. Like, they are the one who suffers the punishment of the dead person, because they have the grief of losing the person who they love. So now due to that, I wanted to pull out the sticks and save three people, because three people have, like, if one people have four family members, three people will have 12 family members, and like so on. Many more amount of people will suffer if I do not pull the sticks. So that's why I think pulling the sticks and saving three people would be a good option over saving one people, because those three people can also in future can also contribute to their family, and can also be contributing to every sense. And mainly there is more number. Like, if I pull the sticks, the less number of person will suffer. We all know that in both scenarios, at least someone has to die. But if we pull the sticks, the less number of person dies, and the less number of people are actually suffering from it. Now I'd like to change my motion and talk about why I shouldn't pull the sticks and let them crush and save the sleeping person. So now the person who are lying, those three person who are lying in the rail line, they know that they have committed a mistake. They sitting in a rail line or laying there is not a good option. Like, it's a matter of problem, because if we am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
you are.
Because
Please.
those person have already did a mistake, and that person who is sleeping on the other side hasn't committed a mistake, because that person knows that I am sleeping here, there won't be a train coming in a long time, so I won't be affected. So, and according to the natural flow, if I wasn't there, if there wasn't any person to pull out the sticks, the natural flow was that those three person would get crushed and they died. Now by saving those three person, I'm actually changing the natural flow. I'm taking the natural law, the law of nature, into my own hand, which is a problem. And if I fail to save those three people, then it will not be if I save those three people, I would just we fail to help them. But if I kill that person to save those three people, I will be the killer. I will be the killer in order to save three person. It will be me who will kill the person, who will kill an innocent life, who doesn't know what is going on, who hasn't committed any mistake. And if I also prefer saving three person instead of saving three person, I'm actually I'm actually taking a consideration of what is profitable and what is lossable, which is not a great thing, because in our work ethics and in our moral ethics, we should never decide which is more profitable and which is less profitable. So for this reason, I would not pull the stakes. With that, I would like to end my speech here. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, your time's up. Thanks a lot for the amazing speech, and by that, we have come to the end of all 3 of our rounds, and now it will be time to calculate the results. And by that time, let's do something fun. And all the participants performed really well, mashallah. Each of them did, well, all of them were outstanding. And every single point was logical, very important indeed. And I don't know, even I myself don't know about the results. Let's see what happens. May the best one win. So, we do want to read out some comments. Okay, so people are eagerly waiting for the results. We know that. Let's do something fun, shall we? So do you want to read tongue twisters, or you want to talk about something like how the competition went? It's totally your call. So do you want to read tongue twisters?
How about both?
Okay, we'll do both. So let's start with the tongue twisters. So we will discuss about today's contest at the end, okay? So we will get some tongue twisters on the screen soon. Let's wait for them. So each of you will read them out one by one. I guess our adjudicator has gone for some work in calculating the results. And after you all are done, I will also read out one. Okay, so we have the first one. Sadman, please read it out for us.
I will.
Sorry? No, it doesn't matter. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. Just read it out 2 times.
Okay, pardon my mistake.
No problem.
I
Yeah,
cannot
sure.
see the tongue twister.
It's on the screen. You can't see it?
Oh, yeah. So I'm starting. Skunk sat on a stump and tongue. The stump stung, but the stump tongue. The skunk stung. Will I repeat again?
Yes, 2 times.
A skunk sat on a stump and tongue. The stump stung, but the stump tongue. The skunk stung. I'm really bad at it. Sorry.
Okay, no, it was fine. It was good. Okay, so let's move on to Soha. Soha Farhim. The tongue twister for you. Yes, you can see it on the screen. Please read it out 3 times.
Looks interesting. I'm pretty sure my tongue's gonna get
This is a
twisted.
short one, so I want you to read it 3 times.
Well,
No problem. No problem.
lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. Was that good enough?
Yes, indeed it was. It was good. Okay, so we will move on to Orange Borua. Let's see what. Okay, that's a long one. So please read it 2 times.
Silly Sally swiftly shoot 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly
I'm not being
sheep.
able to listen anything you're saying.
Oh, am I not audible?
Yeah. You're
Okay, so let's start again.
Okay, I'm starting it. Silly Sally swiftly shoot 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, silly Sally shoots Sally south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Okay, again. Silly Sally swiftly shoot 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, silly Sally shoot Sally south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Sorry, I know.
কিচ্ছু শোনা যায় না
I'm
তো
not
তোমার নেটটা
better.
ঠিক করো
Okay, so we will move on to Fiona Farooq. And the tongue twister for you is on screen. Please read it 3 times.
you know new work you need
Oh,
it's gone
yeah, it's gone. Okay, it'll come again. Yes, please.
you know new work you need new work you know you need unique new work you know new work you need New York, and you know you need unique New York. You know New York, you need New York. You know you need unique New York. Was it audible?
Okay, that
because I'm
was
not hearing
awesome.
anything.
Yes, it was fine. People have been saying, let the host try out one. Okay, so let's see what they've got for me. Okay, so I'll read it 2 times. It's a pretty long one. Okay, let's start. I thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought I thought. If the thought I thought had been the thought I thought, I wouldn't have thought so much. I thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought I thought. If the thought I thought had been the thought I thought, I wouldn't have thought so much. Okay, done. So it was fun. So let's close the tongue twister session for now. I had not so good experience. Okay, so let's talk about the competition. How are you all feeling? Let's start with Sadman. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I know I did like 3 out of 10, but it doesn't matter. I just wanted the experience. I think I'm a bit of experience from now. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, you were awesome. There's no need to say you weren't that good. You were awesome. And yes, indeed, it was a good experience for everyone, including me. I really had so much fun hosting you all. Okay, so let's move on to Soha. Soha Farhintine, please share your experience. How did you feel?
Well, it's sort of a mixed feeling about this. It was a challenging experience, but an enjoyable one at that. So I'd go with both. It was challenging and enjoyable.
Yes. Enjoyable one. Yeah, the challenge is the thing that you enjoy the most. You feel a sort of thrill inside you that you have to do it. You know, everyone's expecting, everyone's watching how you're performing. Okay, let's move on to Orinjoy Burua. Orinjoy, please tell us about your experience.
I think I'm confused, sort of, how I'm feeling. Am I feeling good or nervous or bad? Or I don't know what I'm feeling, so I can't basically express it.
You performed so well.
I had fun, but I'm confused.
There's no need to feel confused. You performed so well. The viewers also saying, and I saw you perform really well. So let's move on to Fiona Farooq. Please share your experience. How was it to compete with all these talented people from all around the country? Fiona, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, can everyone hear me? Is it my problem or?
No, you are audible.
You're audible.
Can you guys hear? Okay, I'm audible. So let's move on. Let's move on to our results. I think we're done with the results. Fiona has got some network problems. No problem. So I think the results are ready for you guys. I can feel that. Those heartbeats. Your pulses are rising. Okay. I would like to request our honorable adjudicator to read out the results for our contestants and also the viewers.
You guys did really great, but still we have to read the results. So we see today's champion is Fiona with 18 points, and the runner-up is Orinjoy with 17 points. But there was a neck-to-neck battle between Orinjoy and Soha. Soha got 16.5 with it. And Sadman got 15, and congratulations everyone. If I start giving a little bit feedback about your speech.
Okay, so that was a very
Just
tough fight
about-
indeed.
if I
The
talk
difference
about
of only
Sadman,
1
Sadman
marks and
against
also
Succession.
0.5 marks between Orinjoy and Soha. Congratulations to Orinjoy and Fiona Farooq, and also to the other two, because they qualified among more than 3,500 participants from all around the country.
Baba!
So we've got the best 2 winners. Someone has got, okay. So congratulations, Lorinda and Fiona, once again. And I would like to thank our honorable educator for being with us today and honoring us with his presence. Also, thank you to the viewers for watching. And thanks to our organizing team and also the partners. Thank you to English Olympiad. For everyone who's related to this show and have helped organizing this mega event for linguists. Thank you a lot. So hope to see you all again. Stay tuned with English Olympiad. Congratulations to the winners once again.